Welcome to the Deep Dive.
Great to be here.
Today we're looking at something pretty personal, but also, I think, really universal.
Absolutely. We're exploring painful breakups.
Right. And our starting point is actually a Facebook post from you, our listener, reflecting on, well, exactly that past relationship endings.
And our mission here isn't just to read it, but to really dive deep into the insights, the feelings, the surprising clarity that can come afterwards.
Yeah. Trying to understand how we process these tough times in love and find our way through.
It's quite something, isn't it? How one person's very specific reflection can tap into such widely shared themes.
It really is. Loss, emotional pain. We all deal with it.
And this post gives us a powerful way to look not just at the hurt, but maybe more importantly, the resilience that can kind of emerge from it.
Okay, so let's jump right in. There's this really strong line early on. I've had really bad, painful breakups during my time. Most of them, or maybe all, had the full potential of causing absolute ruin in me.
Wow. That phrase, absolute ruin.
It grabs you, doesn't it?
It really does. It captures that feeling so vividly, like being completely, utterly devastated when a relationship ends.
Yeah, that feeling like your whole world is collapsing.
And it points to just how vulnerable we are in these intimate connections,
Definitely.
So when they break, especially painfully, it's natural to feel like your foundation is just gone. That idea of ruin, while maybe dramatic sounding, isn't that far off from the emotional reality for many people.
But then right after that comes this turn. But somehow they didn't. So I feel much gratitude.
Yeah, that's the key part, isn't it?
This resilience, almost unexpected, showing up after staring down that potential ruin. What do you make of that gratitude, looking back?
Well, it's pretty remarkable. It shows a real shift, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Moving past just remembering the pain towards actually acknowledging, hey, I got through that. It suggests, I think, a kind of deep human ability to find strength, even after really intense emotional stuff.
Like maybe it wasn't just survival.
Possibly. Maybe some inner strength or even growth happened because of it. Something that wasn't obvious back then, perhaps.
Okay, and this is where, for me, it gets really fascinating. The post talks about transforming those feelings and the regret, anxiety, grudge, and rancor I once had, I now exchange for a little bit of happiness.
That word exchange is so active.
Exactly. It's not just fading away. It's like a conscious swap. Exchanging the heavy stuff for something lighter, even if it's just a little bit.
It really implies a process, right? Whether fully conscious or maybe more subconscious over time, where the whole emotional landscape changes. And it makes you wonder, well, how do you exchange those really deep negative feelings? The post doesn't give us the how-to manual.
No, it doesn't.
But just recognizing that transformation happened, that itself is a huge insight. It points towards healing, reclaiming your emotional well-being.
And then right after that, there's this really thoughtful moment, considering the ex-partners, for the fact that I didn't ruin any of you too much, if at all.
That shows a lot of maturity, I think, and awareness.
Moving beyond just your own healing, right, to think about the impact on the other people involved.
Exactly. It's shifting focus from only my pain to considering their well-being too. And that phrase, if at all, it carries a kind of hope, doesn't it?
Yeah, like hoping the breakups, tough as they were for you, didn't leave lasting scars on them either.
It's generous. Empathetic, really.
And then there's this pattern that emerges, a recurring idea in the post.
Okay.
We've always found the door just in time for me to walk out of, before any real ruin befell all of us.
Found the door just in time.
This idea of timely exits, recognizing when it's over, that seems crucial in your experience. What does that suggest to you?
Well, it suggests a kind of learned awareness, maybe? Something developed over time through those experiences.
Learning to see the signs?
Perhaps. Recognizing when a relationship has, run its course, or maybe when it's heading somewhere really destructive, that just in time implies like narrowly avoiding something worse.
A more damaging ending.
Right. And this ability to spot the door, those signals saying, okay, time to go. That could be a really key factor in avoiding that absolute ruin you mentioned earlier.
For everyone involved, not just yourself.
Exactly. For all of us, as the post says. Makes you curious what those door moments actually felt like, What were the signals?
So if we try and sort of pull all these threads together, what are the main takeaways? What does this personal reflection mean for us listening?
Okay, well, if we think about these points as reflecting broader human experiences, several things kind of pop out. First, yeah, the pain of breakups is intense. It's real. It's valid.
Yeah.
No minimizing that.
Right.
Second, though, underneath that pain, there seems to be this significant capacity for resilience, even when you feel like you might be totally broken.
And a gratitude piece again.
Exactly. Third, transforming those negative emotions, the regret, the anger, into something more positive, like happiness, it is possible over time.
Yeah.
There's a path to healing and growth. Fourth, empathy. Thinking about the other person's experience, even during a breakup, shows real emotional development.
That consideration for others.
And finally, fifth, this skill maybe of recognizing when a relationship is truly over, finding that door, and having the courage to act on it. That seems vital for navigating these endings with maybe less overall damage, more self-preservation.
That's a really powerful set of insights, and it hits differently because it comes straight from your own lived experience, shared so openly.
Yeah.
It's a reminder, isn't it, that even when you're up in the heartbreak, there can be this journey towards healing, towards, well, eventually even gratitude.
Which actually brings up something for you listening to maybe reflect on.
Okay.
Think about a really challenging time you went through. It doesn't have to be a breakup, could be anything. What was your door that you found just in time? The thing that maybe stopped things from getting even harder. And when you think back to that time now, how have those initial difficult feelings, whatever they were, how have they shifted or evolved for you?
That's a great question.
It's often in looking back like that, that we find our own unexpected strengths and see the quiet lessons we picked up along the way.